Okay, let's be real for a second. Who actually sits down to read a 300-page annual report? I mean, they're dense, they're complicated, and let's face it, they're usually pretty boring. But what if I told you that inside this exact document from ICICI Bank, there's a really fascinating story? A story about huge profits, futuristic tech, and actually changing millions of lives. Well, today, we're going to find that story.
So what can a beast of a document like this really show us? Well, you can think of it as a bank's secret blueprint for its strategy. It's a report card on its real-world impact, and it's kind of like a crystal ball for the future. And in this explainer, I'm going to show you exactly where to look to piece it all together. And the first place you've got to look, it's always the bottom line. These are the big, flashy numbers that really show you the sheer scale of what we're talking about here. So let's kick things off with the big one, profit. ICICI Bank pulled in a staggering 472 billion rupees in profit after tax last year. Now, to put that into perspective for you, that's more than 1 billion rupees in profit every single day. This isn't just a good year, this is a financial powerhouse at the absolute top of its game. But this next number, this one is what I find truly incredible, because it's not just about money, it's about trust. We're talking about over 16 trillion rupees in total deposits. That's the life savings of millions and millions of people and businesses, all trusting this one institution with their future. I mean, that is a massive vote of confidence from the public. And to round out the big picture, get a load of this. Total assets clocking in at over 21 trillion rupees. This is basically the bank's entire financial footprint. Every loan, every investment, all the cash. It's how you measure just how much influence they have on the whole economy.
But these giant numbers didn't just appear out of thin air. They're built on decades of history. I mean, think about it. From helping build a new nation back in 1955 to co-creating India's very first credit rating agency. You see, those massive numbers we just saw, they weren't an accident. They were built on 70 years of being ahead of the curve, which, of course, leads to the next big question: how are they doing it now?
So, how does a 70-year-old institution manage to generate that kind of record-breaking performance today? Well, the answer isn't just old-school banking. It's about building an incredibly powerful tech engine. And at the heart of that whole engine is one simple but really powerful idea. And this is it, Customer 360. Now, I know it sounds like some corporate buzzword, but stick with me, it's actually a pretty simple and smart concept. Instead of just trying to sell you one product, like a loan or a credit card, the goal is to understand your entire financial life and build a relationship that's meant to last. And here's that philosophy in action. Just think about the old way of getting a loan, right? All that paperwork, the long waits, the uncertainty. Well, this is the answer. Their iLens platform. It digitizes the entire thing, from the moment you apply to instant verification to an AI-powered decision, and boom, the money is in your account. This is tech that's actually solving a real-world headache for people. And AI is really the ghost in this machine. It's not just a buzzword they're throwing around. They're using it in super practical ways. It's the AI making a credit decision in minutes, not days. It's the AI personalizing the offers you see in your app. And, most importantly, it's the AI that's working 24/7 in the background, hunting for fraud and keeping your money safe. So we've seen the profits, we've seen the tech, but that's only a half the story, right? A company this massive doesn't just have a balance sheet, it has a responsibility. Its story isn't just about profit, it's about purpose. So let's look beyond those big numbers and see what the impact is on the ground. And when you dig into the report, they're pretty clear about what they see as their mission. It's not just about being a bank, it's about being a pillar for social empowerment. The goal they state is to build a financial system that works for everyone, not just for the people at the top. Of course, talk is cheap, so here's the proof. Over 8 billion rupees. That's what they dedicated to social responsibility initiatives just last year. Now that's a huge number, but what does it actually do? Well, the impact is pretty amazing. This right here is what 8 billion rupees looks like in the real world. It's not some abstract number on a spreadsheet. It's a brand new CT scanner for a hospital in Mumbai. It's solar panels lighting up remote villages in the Himalayas, cutting their electricity costs. It's funding for over 1 million women entrepreneurs. This is where a number becomes real, tangible change in people's lives. All right, for our last section,
Let's do a little detective work. Let's read between the lines, because every annual report has clues about the future, not just the big opportunities the company is chasing, but also the hidden risks that are keeping them up at night.
So what's the official word from the top? Well, the chairman's message is basically one big dose of optimism. They see India's strong economy, its young population, and its digital revolution as the perfect storm for growth. To put it simply, they are all in on the India story. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. The very same digital wave that's creating all this opportunity, it's also creating their biggest risk. As millions and millions more people start banking online, the challenge becomes this constant battle against cyber threats. The ultimate balancing act is to innovate at lightning speed while making absolutely sure customer data stays secure. So, there you have it. From profit to purpose, from tech to trust, that's the story that was hiding inside just one annual report. It really proves that behind every number, there's a narrative. So I'll leave you with this question. The next time you hear about a company's earnings, don't just ask how much, ask how and why. What's the story that you're going to look for? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.